resemble closely the segments of a peeled orange. Notice the meridians starting from the same common point at the North Pole, slowly widening as they circle downward across the equator, and then narrowing again to a common point at the South Pole. The distance between the meridians is never the same. In other words, which is greater, the distance between C and D or the distance between A and B? The distance between C and D is greater. What about point X? What's its longitude? 40 degrees east is correct. Which point is further west from the prime meridian, Y or Z? Y is the right answer. Which is closer to the North Pole? Z is right. How many degrees is point C from B? 40 degrees is correct. How far is it from point B over to point A? If you said 80 degrees, you were right, because it's 40 degrees west to the prime meridian and 40 more degrees east to point A, a total of 80. What latitude is point B? Be careful. We really can't answer that, can we? Since there are no parallels of latitude drawn in this particular figure. To locate any point, then, we really need both its longitude and its latitude. That's why these two get along so well together. They really work hand in hand. On most globes and maps, Mr. Latitude and Mr. Longitude form a grid system, which enables us to find the position of any point on the surface of the Earth. For example, on this grid system, the parallels of latitude are numbered on the left, while the meridians of longitude are numbered below. If we place an arrow at this point, we can determine the position of the arrow by referring to the degrees of latitude on the left, and then to the degrees of longitude below. The arrow is touching the 20-degree north parallel, as well as the 10-degree east meridian. In giving the location of any point, latitude is always written first. So the position of the arrow is 20 degrees north, 10 degrees east. What's the position of the arrow now? 0 degrees latitude, 10 degrees west longitude. Remember that 0 has no letter following it. On this grid map, the city whose latitude is 30 degrees north latitude and 10 degrees east longitude is at which point? A or B? Point A is correct. How many degrees of latitude are between points A and B? There are 20 degrees of latitude between the two, since we start at 10 degrees north and stop at 30 degrees north. Can you remember which lines on a grid are the latitude lines? One student said the lines of latitude on a grid reminded him of a ladder. It might help you also to think of a ladder of latitude lines. Sometimes the lines on the grid appear as straight lines. Sometimes they will look curved. This is because our round Earth can be projected differently onto a flat surface. Regardless, on both grids, point A is at the same location. What's its latitude and longitude? 20 degrees north, 10 degrees east is correct. There are some maps on which you may find the location of a point somewhere in between the lines of latitude and longitude given. For example, 10 degrees south latitude, 20 degrees east longitude would be at which point, A or B? Point B is right. No point on the surface of the Earth can escape from these two fellas. Even one small degree of latitude and longitude can be subdivided into 60 smaller parts called minutes, written like this. And any one of their minutes can be redivided again into even smaller parts called seconds of latitude and longitude, written like this. No wonder we pay attention to these two fellas and say nice things about them. They keep us from getting lost in this world of ours. More importantly, they help us find our way.